subscribers with over 1,000 couples matched. TillJannah is a dating platform for Muslims. Apart from just matching singles, TillJannah also acts as a knowledge-sharing medium by giving talks, seminars, and courses, and even initiating community services for the community, right, in Malaysia. So the topics that they are diving into are not only limited to marital issues, but also including self-improvement courses such as financial management, personal image, stress management, and many more. So Dr. Sharil, now is the time where we at Pitchin match you to your potential investors. The mic is yours, Dr. Sharil.
Thank you, Aichi. Thank you very much for the kind introduction. Allow me some time to share the slide. Right. Is it clear?
Yep.
Is it okay, Aichi? All right.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
We can see you right
again, thank you very much, and thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to Pitchin for giving us a platform for us to introduce ourselves, as well as the going through this fundraising exercise. Perhaps before I start, I would like to share what I plan to do for the next 10 minutes or so. First, allow me to introduce the company briefly. And next, I will introduce the management team, and followed by briefly introducing our products and services, and as well as our markets, our target markets, and perhaps we will end with our investment proposals. So with that, I move on to the next slide. So at the TillJannah, our mission is to give singles an opportunity to express themselves through various writing section and through the seminars and through other avenues for them. So we are very in the unique propositions. Unlike the other dating sites, we are very focused to the niche market, which is focusing on singles Muslim, not only in Malaysia, but also we have aspiration to go beyond Malaysian market to look into the other Saudi Asian markets. So, and perhaps it's good just to briefly go through where we are. Sorry, the slide is going too fast. But nonetheless, we started our journey in 2016 in UK, in Liverpool specifically. So we come up with these ideas together that as experimental, and later on we decided that there is a traction into this market, where we decided to form TillJannah Sdn Bhd. Before that, we operate on the enterprise platform. So in terms of the track record, we have been in the business since 2016, but officially we formed TillJannah 2019. And as I said, to date, we have 7 highly skilled professionals that are assisting us in terms of developing the companies. And as I said, to date, we have more than 300,000 subscribers, with premium members about 10,000. So we are happy to see that the numbers are doubling. Same goes to our revenue. When we look at how we measure ourselves is through this average revenue per user, which is ARPU. We look at it is increasing as compared to last year from ringgit 37, now is increasing to 185. So we believe there's a room for us to increase the ARPU, given the number of subscribers, growing subscribers that we have currently. And also, we strongly believe that this number will grow, given the testimony from the members. We have those specifically mentioned to us, from our subscribers, that they are getting married or engaged, for that matter. And we also look at us as a market leader in given these unique niche markets. And the way we look forward is that the other markets in the Saudi Asia market will be our growth for the next couple of years. And not to forget that there's further segmentation that we are looking at something like looking at specifically to working adults and mature people. So with this background, we do believe our management team will ever deliver the aspiration of the company. And allow me to introduce the two founding members, Carol Fadli and Senior Akmal Rahimi. I'll go into details in the following slides. So Encik Carol Fadli basically have experience as a diplomatic affair. So he's basically the PTD officer, and he's a keen book writer in financial management. He earns an MBA and degrees in from UiTM. And the other founders, Akmal Rahimi, is basically he has experienced more engineering experience, more on renewable, but his experience in corporate transformation really helps TillJannah to where it is now. And not to forget our data scientist, Dr. Adina. So basically, she's helping us lots of number crunching, particularly with our upcoming new products, psychometric for the couples. So these are new products that our services that we want to introduce, which is significant to improve our ARPU. And also Muhammad, our software engineer, has been with us since day one in terms of developing this platform. And hopefully with this fundraising exercise, we have more fun to further enhance the user's experience. And the others are our supporting teams that are scattered nationwide. And next, to look into where we are now in terms of our subscriber profiles, I would say it's quite balanced between the women and men, and the numbers fluctuate, but we have a fair share between both genders. And looking at in terms of the subscribers, the age range of the subscribers, we are aware that 2/3 of these our subscribers are below or between below 30 years old, and the other quarter of it is between 30 to 40 years old. Also, these are the unique profile, subscriber profile that we have. If you look at it in terms of purchasing power, we do have 20 to 29 years old, but of course those in the 30 and 40 years old have more purchasing power. So these will help us when we introduce more products and services in terms of increasing our average revenue per user. And next, with these numbers that we have, our approach in terms of the revenue model, how we monetize these 300,000 subscribers that we have, is through our traditional subscription model, through the premium model that we're introducing since February 2017. And hopefully, post fundraising exercise, we will be able to introduce more other ways of monetizing these subscribers numbers. One of those is through a subscription plus. Basically, it's a premium plus where we're going to introduce a new a channel for Indonesia, Singapore, and Brunei, and as well as the dedicated channels for example, like those in the 40s and above, because we understand that our subscribers have a unique characteristics. They tend to like to belong where they are. So therefore, by having a dedicated and micro channels, we help us engage more with our subscribers. In addition to it, we're also looking at paid features like Super Like and Boost. And this is basically a strategy for us to monetize our 300,000 subscribers, although they are not premium members, but they can buy into this Super Like and Boost so that they can keep initial engagement with the others in the portal. And lastly is on the advertising. So we understand that we have a unique 300,000 numbers. So these will be the opportunity for us to create a platform for advertisement. And And looking at our traditional subscription numbers, it ranges from 1 month of 50 ringgit up to 240 for 1 year subscription. And just for info, I mean, the the bulk of our premium subscribers subscribe to 1 month, and for us is good because the margin is much higher as compared to 1 year kind of subscription. And next, we look into the market that we are eyeing. So if you look at the Malaysian alone, is nearly 7 million kind of a single Muslim out there. And if you look at the region as a whole, particularly on the Malay-speaking market, we are looking at a huge 62 million kind of untapped market that, and these numbers are growing. And in terms of how we position ourselves is that, as mentioned earlier, we are in the unique or niche market where we unlike the other dating site for comparison. And looking at it, our long-term aspiration is basically to look into not only to the single market, single Muslim, but also to Muslim market at large, where we want to be the lifestyle super app, if I may. I will share more about this, our long-term aspiration about this lifestyle super app. And next is basically our strategic initiative that we are working on currently. One of those, the paid featuring. I briefly mentioned about our Super Like and Boost. And the other part is we want to focus on the mobile application where we want to enhance our user experience, creating more channel or sub-channels for them to enjoy. And it's important to note that from our data analysis, basically, we found out that 90% of our subscribers access our portal through a mobile apps. So therefore, and out of which, I mean, 80% of them through Android and the others through iOS. And we are also at a current stage developing a platform for Huawei platform as well. So these will lead us to the importance of assessing or engaging our subscribers through a mobile experience. So therefore, we want to focus more on that. And the other part is that through our regional expansion, as mentioned earlier, introducing sub-channels, and as well as organizing targeted seminars and networking. And lastly, through a direct advertisement, given our numbers of the subscribers that we have. And with that, if I may summarize, in terms of how we see ourselves or what will be our new source of growth in the coming years, we are very confident that regional expansion will be the answer to it. The market like Indonesia, Singapore, and Brunei will be the key and focus. And the next one is our value-added services, the like of I mentioned earlier, the paid features, direct advertising, as well as premium plus channels, and as well as the sub-channels. So these two will help us in terms of finding the new source of growth. And lastly, in terms of our aspiration, our long-term aspiration, we want to be a lifestyle super app where we want to be not only engaged with our subscribers during their single periods, but also to be engaged with them post during their marriage life, during their raising kids, as well as to their retirement age later on. But of course, for us, we believe that we need a foundation. So the foundation will be to have this database or subscribers who are singles. We want to go through their journey throughout the life cycle period. So now let's look at what we have in mind in terms of lifestyle super app. So what we have in mind is that something similar to, if I may share, in terms of experience of Grab, where the start is just a my taxi, and later on is more application embedded to it. And there's other examples out there. So, but we want to position ourselves at the very focused market where it's just a lifestyle super app. So what we have in mind is that to building up in-house apps or rather partnering with other apps. So therefore, we're going to have a long-term engagement with this our users. So this will create basically a lifestyle super apps, and we want to be engaged basically throughout the journey of their life cycles. So through these sub channels, through these sub apps. So basically what we have currently is the dating site. Perhaps what we can look into the long term is on the terms of when they're about to settle down, we can be their wedding planner. And when they have plan family, we can look into their kids' development, learning, as well as the religious classes for them. And not to forget in terms of the during their planning, retirement planning. So we want to be engaged with these our users throughout their life cycle. So these are our long-term aspiration. And hopefully with this funding exercise, it will be a starting point for us to become a lifestyle super app one fine day. So with this funding exercise, what we plan to do at the initial stage, perhaps over the next year or two, is 20% of it is to enhance our platform. So basically to enhance our users' experience, the mobile experience particularly, and improve a little bit of our user interface and interaction, and not to forget in terms of the security element as well. Whereas the other 35% is more on the product developments, like the paid features, as well as channels and the sub-channels. And next 30% is basically on the digital marketing. We are strong believer in the digital marketing. We did the traditional kind of marketing. We found out that digital marketing is the most impactful in terms of increasing our subscribers number, and out of which we found out that using influencers really helps. We can see immediate result in terms of numbers of subscribers, and the balance is basically on the working capital as well as on marketing. So looking at the outlook, what we have in mind in terms of the financial projection, we like to see the similar experience that we have for the last since 2016. Perhaps we are looking at this year, at this current juncture, unaudited number, we already breached the 1 million mark in terms of the revenue. And we strongly believe that next year we will be able to breach the 2 million mark. And looking at this financial projection, in terms of what's the basis, is that we are looking at the compound and the growth rate, the CAGR of 71%, which is much lower than what we have for the past 2 years, which is more than 100%. But in this financial projection, we are a bit conservative in terms of projection. However, for the other markets, the international markets that we are in, we foresee that you will have a same experience that when we started in Malaysia, where the numbers double up for the first 3 years. Second, we assume that the average the ARPU from the current to RM85 to increase 5% per annum. So with all the paid features and additional channels, we strongly believe that the 5% is a good basis for us. In fact, it's a very conservative assumption. And the others are the 3 key strategic initiatives. I mentioned about the mobile experience, regional expansion, and the sub-channels. These initiatives will help us achieving these numbers. And lastly, we do hope that with this funding of up to 4.7 million, it will help us to grow to the next level. So these are the key metrics. So what we're looking at for the next 5 years, we're going to have 5 million subscribers throughout the region. And hopefully we're going to have ARPU more than RM3. Therefore, we have a nice number for us to look into our next step of growth. And with that in mind, in terms of our business proposition as well as our plan ahead, so we are here to make an investment offer to the potential investors, and where we're looking at to raise up to 4.7 million, and where we currently valued ourselves at 18.8 million. And for each investment block, we are looking at 2,350 ringgit. So as an incentive to the early investors or pre-life investors, we're going to honor for each investment block, we're going to give a 1-year premium membership worth 240. If we translate it into percentage, basically a discount of 10%. And more importantly, this free premium memberships is transferable, because we understand some investors they don't need too many accounts if they subscribe to more than one blocks. So this investment incentive, the premium membership, is transferable. And if the investors come in during the live, it will be slightly lower. It will be a 3-month premium membership worth 120. So these are the details about investments. Okay, in terms of what's our plan in terms of our exit strategy, please note that this is not in order. It's just that what we have in mind is that in the next 24 months, our focus is more on enhancing the mobile experience, our user experience, as well as developing our products and services. So we'll start looking into the trade sale in the third year. So if you look at the potential trade sale that the like of Mesh Group, where business portfolios comprises of not only in the United States, but also has expanded into EG market. And not to forget, in Asia, they have a present, or they have acquired a company in Japan. So when we look at their business portfolio, we found out that ourselves reside on a sweet spot in terms of their business portfolio, because they have yet to have a presence in South Asia, particularly Malay-speaking markets. So this gives a very unique position for us in terms of being part of their business portfolio. And looking closer to it, we found out the Singapore-based Lunch Actually Group just acquired a dating site in Indonesia. So when we look at ourselves, there is a strategic fit into them, given our strong market in Malaysia. And I'm also happy to share that 2 years ago, we have been approached by large media group in Malaysia about having us on board. However, during that time, we don't really pursue further because we have yet to have the numbers. We strongly believe we can create better numbers in the coming years. And looking at it, assuming the trade sales that materialize in the next 3 to 4 years, we believe with the financial pressure, we have the numbers to go for IPO market, particularly on the Asia market. So these are basically our exit strategy that we have for the investors. So these are the examples of the industry acquisitions. As mentioned earlier, the Mesh Group, which owned Tinder, they just acquired Monica. Now they changed name to Hawaii or something like that. And the recent acquisition by Lunch Actually Group for Indonesian dating sites. Okay, so this for the next following slide is just the testimonials of the couples. All right, just go through, and some media engagement. Okay, so with that, we really hope that we have a strong business proposition and investment proposal for the investors to come in. And we strongly believe that with this funding exercise, we will be able to transform ourselves from dating sites alone to become a lifestyle super apps in the coming years. So with that, I do encourage investors to come in early to be part of this growth story. With that, thank you. I pass it back to you, Wichi.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Sharil. That's definitely a very interesting niche that you're in. So again, the questions are open to the floor. The attendees on Zoom, attendees, those who are tuning in on our Facebook live stream, you can always ask us questions on the comment section. As there are no questions yet, just I've got a few of my own though, Doctor. So, Doctor, I've seen that you've gathered some traction, right? And you've gotten some revenues and all that. Can I ask, in terms of marketing, you mentioned a lot about digital marketing being very useful for you. What have you done so far to gather those traction? How
All
did
right.
you go down to the ground? How did you spread the message? Like, from day one of TillJannah until today, how did it expand to where it is today, actually?
Yeah. Uh, Thank you, Vijay, and thank you for valid questions. Perhaps if you look at our management team, among others, we have this so-called data scientists. So in terms of number crunching, so before we hit the target, basically we do our number crunching first. So when we look at our subscribers profiling, we found out that there's certain segment or medium that we should engage rather than being a generic. We want to be very focused. As I mentioned in my presentation, we found out that influencers, certain type of influencers, have a better hit rate as compared to the others. So we want to continue, or we will continue in terms of utilizing our big data analysis in order for us to make a right investment so that we can get the highest ROI for our marketing communication engagement.
Right.
So I strongly believe in that.
So that's good to know, right? So you're not just sort of macam blindly just putting money into any influencers, but you also check the performance, and then you also, understand which influencers will fit the profile of your potential customers.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah, and I think like interesting news I saw today, Nilofa has changed her image on Instagram, potentially a good influencer, yeah, for TillJannah.
Yes, indeed.
It's upgraded the image and all. So yeah, okay. My next question, Doctor, is that you've shown in your presentation just now that there are say other companies that have exited, like Harmonica, and so Lunch actually has acquired these companies. So what actually makes you different from all these other companies?
All right. In terms of the genre, we are in a very niche market. We are not everyone dating site. We are very focused to our market, single Muslim. So basically, if I may use the word, our characteristic of users or subscribers are very conservative in nature, and more so in terms of our approach, our models to this dating site a bit different as compared to the others, whereby we screen through, we filter through all their profiles. Basically, TillJannah platform is basically what we are selling. Basically, is a trust. So we need to keep this trust with our subscribers, because for those who subscribe to us, they want to ensure that uh, there's the subscribers or those in the platform are serious about settling down. So we need to keep that intact. We cannot breach this trust that a subscriber engages us. So this will give a unique proposition, because in terms of filtering through the subscribers, we have a very rigorous process for it. And again, as I mentioned, we are very niche markets, and we found out that we have strategic fits into these companies if we were to be part of their family.
Right. Thank you, Doctor. So let's see. Well, one final question from my side, Doctor. So you've mentioned that there are plenty of aspirations to turn TillJannah into a super app, including a robo advisory and all that. So what would determine that you should become a super app and not just remain as a dating app like many of your other global competitors? They've just maintained to just be a dating app. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a different way of looking at things. we found that, as you know, dating site, they have, in terms of user, uh, lifespan with us, so-called, will be limited, right?
Yeah.
So we want to, because we already have a database, we want to optimize the database that we have. So therefore, it's only right for us to engage with them, not only do when they are singles, but also do when they have settled down, when they have to progress in their career. So this is basically the idea of engaging them uh, over the long-term period, as well as making ourselves relevant, not only through the short period of time, but over the long-term period.
Right, that's very strategic, Doctor, if I may say. I mean, you're focused on adding more value to your users, and at the same time, your users also provide more value back to the business because you're always adding in more complementary services instead of just staying, a dating app, right? That's a very far-sighted thinking, actually, Doctor. So, well, I mean, we are almost at the end of our session today. And before we end, I'd definitely like to invite Coco back to the screen